I'm standing now at the exact spot that the 4th century Church of the Holy Sepulchre started. I'm actually above it. What you see here is the market, part of the Cardo, the main street, and the 4th century church that St. Helen Bell, the mother of Constantine, started here. Today the church is less than half of the original church. Why? Mainly because it's been destroyed so many times, and that part that we are now standing on top of it used to be a mosque, and then lately like let's say 40 years ago it became to be a bakery, which I remember that I entered here to see the foundation of the Byzantine church. Now it's closed, but as someone say, they might open it for the public soon. Soon in Israel, Jerusalem, Palestine, whatever you call it, it can take like 20 years soon. Because let's face it, the city is 3,000 years old. Then what is 20 years for that? I'm visiting today the Church of the Holy Sepulchre together with a amazing Jerusalem cross, which is unique to the Holy Land and to Jerusalem. The idea of Jerusalem cross is that Jerusalem is in the center. You see a little bit of depth over the city, and the 4 small crosses can be whatever you want. 4 Gospels, Earth, Wind, Fire, and altogether 5 stigmatas. But the idea that Jerusalem is the center of everything, then in that case it is. Now I dedicated it to everyone who watched that video, everyone who subscribed my videos as well, but to J Melvin, who dedicated it to his wife Maria Melvin. You can see it in Hebrew and in English. And guess what? They're celebrating 32 years of anniversary, wedding anniversary. This is someone that actually thinks about his wife and said, I want to surprise her with that amazing video. And guess what? I will try to upload it at her birthday day. And what I will ask you, my subscribers, and the one who watching that video, is that send a message to the comment area. Tell them, actually not only her, John and Maria, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. They deserve it. Now, if you want to have your own cross, it's not a problem. I do different kind of crosses. Go to the description of that video, look for Buy Me a Coffee link, and you will get all the information there. The deal includes a video that I'm doing about one of the places in Jerusalem, and then I will upload a video. That's why you're watching it. And the most important thing is that you will get the cross. The cross is not for me. The cross belongs to John and Maria Melvin from the States, if I'm not wrong. Then I will send it to them. Then in that case, it's a win-win situation, because the minute I'm blessing the cross in so many places at the Church of the Holy Sepulchre this time, for the request of John, that will be priceless. And the energy is so strong than if it will be above your bed, if you will touch it from time to time when you feel sad. This is something that can cure your body and cure your soul. Jerusalem cross. And now let's start the tour. We already know that it's the roof of the church, and the church, Byzantine church, started right there. But what you can see here, it's the end of the Christian quarter, and the other side is already the Muslim quarter. And to the right, you can see a white dome. That is the Jewish quarter. And this is kind of the border between those 3 neighborhoods, but we are heading to the church together with you and the Melvin family. Happy anniversary! That can be a very good surprise for your wife. You can see 2 domes there. The 2 domes belongs to the church itself. The small one, the first one, is above the Greek Orthodox Cathedral, and the big one, the second one, is above the tomb of Jesus. The doors here will lead to the accommodation of the Ethiopians. The Ethiopians has got part of the roof of the church together with the Egyptians, with the Copts, Christian Copts. Then let's continue with that. And if you are a Catholic, then we are reaching to the 9th station of the Via Dolorosa, the way that Jesus walked with his cross. And here it is in front of you. That's where Jesus fell for the 3rd time. Let's go through the shade. It's a bit hot today, but not so hot. Here it is. That is the 9th station of the Via Dolorosa. And you can see here a cross. It means that a Catholic group of pilgrims used that cross when they walked from one place to another, and until they reach here. The reason they cannot continue with the Catholic cross into the church will be strange to some of you. That church belongs to everyone. If you are Catholic, it's a Catholic church. If you are Protestant, Protestant church. If you're Greek Orthodox, Greek Orthodox church. But what actually happening in a church that belongs to everyone, or at least to the main 3, Greek Orthodox, Catholic, and Armenians? Difficult to enter with a Catholic cross to an Orthodox area, then in that case the group will leave the cross right here, continue without it. The mattress. That mattress, I know that you might laugh at me, but that mattress belongs to a very important person. His name is Yaakov, and he is actually walking and dressing like Jesus, but he is not trying to be Jesus. You just want to follow him, then without shoes. And that is his bedroom. I love that man. Really love him because he's so kind. And for Christmas I gave him a cake, and he gave that cake to someone who needs it more than him. This is his bedroom. He's got nothing. Then for me, the holiness here is so strong. Then maybe we will find him in the church, although I believe that he, most of the time, because it's quite hot, is actually praying at the outside Jerusalem in one of the churches. Then that part belongs to the Coptic Orthodox Patriarch, and וברכה, מה שלומך? I know that it is. This is the 9th station. Oh, and we are leaving Egypt and entering to Ethiopia again. On the background, you can hear the muezzin calling us to pray. And I just almost fell. I don't know if you felt it. Jesus fell 3 times, according to the Catholic and even the Greek Orthodox. And he had a reason. I had no reason. Now look at the beautiful, there are so many graffitis here of so many crosses. Some of them are quite old. Some of them less. But it's beautiful to see it. Then, this is the village of the Ethiopian. You saw the other side of it. And look above you can see the olive tree, and if the tourists didn't take the fruit of it, then you might see a little bit the fruit of the olive tree. That tree is not a simple tree. It's quite a very important tree that, according to the Ethiopians, this is Mount Moriah. And that is where Abraham almost sacrificed his son, Isaac. And then the angel came and stopped him from doing it. And he said, take that ram, take that sheep and sacrifice it. And that's what Jesus came to do for us. He actually completed the story. He took, by his crucifixion, he took all the sins of us with him. Then you can understand why the story of Abraham and Isaac is very close to the story of Jesus himself. At the 12th century, that used to be the dining room of the German Crusaders. You can see the archers here. Now, the Ethiopians believe that they are a creation of a meeting between Queen Sheba and King Solomon. Look at the kitty. Look how beautiful is that entrance. Look at the small dolls. And the entrance to the village. It doesn't look like Jerusalem, isn't it? Renovation is of the Armenian and the Greek Orthodox above their chapels. Then, the meeting between Queen Sheba and King Solomon create a magnificent thing. The firstborn Ethiopian child who became to be the king of the Ethiopians, and he is the son of King Solomon and Queen Sheba. When he came to here, when he was around 20, according to the Ethiopians, he asked his father, King Solomon, gave him the 10 Commandments, the Ark of the Covenant. Then, if you ask the Ethiopian, where is the Ark? Now we know, in Ethiopia. Then every church is divided into two. The Holy of the Holy, which is a Jewish firm that talks about the house of God, and only the high priest, which is another Jewish firm, can enter into it. Then the other part is for the disciples. You will see them both. I want you to look at one of the paintings there that shows you the meeting between Queen Sheba and King Solomon, and you can ask yourself, how did they actually painted Jews? You will see Hasidis that are Jews this is kind of Judaism from only 16th century. Let's go in. Here it is. That is the Holy of the Holy. We're now heading to the lower part of the church, still part of the Ethiopians, but because they have a lot of problems between them and the Egyptian about who controls that area, it's difficult for them to renovate the church. This is one of the problems of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. And we are leaving now the Ethiopian church. Let me show you where it is compared to the entrance of the Church of the Holy Sepulchre that I'm sure that you already know by heart. That is the entrance to the church. And to the right is the entrance to the Ethiopian church, Deir el Sultan.